Celaya is the home of the Frost Druids. More than 1,000 years ago, the Arbor Druids split into two sects of people. While the Arbor Druids worked towards rebuilding the war-damaged land, the Frost Druids aimed to preserve the world, fighting fire with ice. Upon finding the Frost Tree, the Druids settled around it, growing a major city in the icy land. They learned to harness its power and project it as ice. They used its sap to infuse bearberries to give very long life, and used its leaves to form ice that will never melt. In more recent years, King Danal has attempted to get the Frost Druids to leave their snowy kingdom and bring in the awesome power they possess into the war, but has been unsuccessful to this day. The Frost Druids remain hidden in snow. Deep under the frozen city of Celaya lies another kingdom unto itself. Starting directly under the giant frost tree lies an ancient catacombs. In the center of them is a tomb that will lead directly to the end dimension. Each wing of the catacombs features a tomb of a notable person in the history of the Realm of Vasten, along with a book telling of their story. Moving past the catacombs, there is Path of the Ice Seers. Using power from the frost tree, Ice Seers can look into other dimensions and see through the barrier between worlds. Tanis, Vasten Dimension Season 3, and the world of Wells Knight's kingdoms are all represented here. Finally, following a path even deeper underground, one comes to the icy, hot home of an ice drake in her cave. This cave features a skeleton tomb, lava on one side moving to ice as one nears the surface.
Jinibala's husband made a fortune from trade, but some years ago, sadly, died in a zombie pigman attack. Jinna sold her entire trading company to House Danao and commissioned a house to be built in the frontier. She spends her days painting and watching the snow grow closer each day.
Celaya stands as one of the strongest kingdoms in Vasten. Although attacked several times by the Nether forces, each attack was beaten soundly by the magic of the Frost Druids. However, a few years ago, one attack was stronger than normal. The zombie pigmen were finally driven back and the portal was frozen, but several houses were burned, suffering losses in each before the Frost Druids could respond. These families, realizing Celaya was on the radar of the Nether forces, determined they would never be safe as the attacks would keep getting stronger. they decided to set out into the frosty wild and find someplace more secure. Eventually, they set up a small community they hoped the Nether would never find. The new hamlet was nestled in a snow-covered landscape, which provided a protective home for them and their livestock. It was only a few days' ride south of Celaya, but already the Celayans felt safer. Once settled, they dubbed the hamlet Cordaria.
Joe was a simple man, his wife not so much. Life was hard in Port Bray. Working as a fletcher for the kingdom day in and day out, he dreamt of a simpler life with no stress and lots of fresh country air. One day at work, the treasury master knocked on his door. "Joe, you're falling behind on your taxes! Pay or face the consequences!" "That's it! I'm done!" cried Joe loudly in the streets. Running home like a crazy man, he found his wife in bed with the treasury master. "I'm here to collect your taxes, my dear." Joe's eyes turned black and a shadow swallowed him. He wrecked the kingdom and packed up some food and hit the road. He finally got what he wanted, peace and quiet surroundings, living as a fisherman away from everyone.